closer I get to you. She's a ghost, and the truth, it's impossible. But I love her lies. You make sure I don't find somebody new. It's the way you move. It's the way you move. I knew I'd stay with you after just one touch. The way you move has got me stuck. Got me stuck. Got me stuck. I was lost and then found inside of a dream. Running around in a circle, trying to believe. She's a ghost, and the truth, it's impossible. But I love her lies. You make sure I don't find somebody new. It's the way you move. It's the way you move. I knew I'd stay with you after just one touch. The way you move has got me stuck. Got me stuck. Got me. Dum 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 dum. It's the way you move. It's the way you move. I knew I'd stay with you after just one touch. The way you move has got me stuck. Got me stuck. Got me stuck.
From the home of the Pirates, we're at beautiful PNC Park. MLB The Show has action out of the NL Central. It's the Cincinnati Reds going up against the Pittsburgh Pirates. With Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. The first half of the All-Star break is behind us, and partner, it's go time in the second half.
And if you want to be playing meaningful games at the end of September, you got to put your head down and grind for the next 8 weeks.
All right, we'll be this one started after this. Just about set to go now. Our starter in this one, Andre Jackson. Chris, it's a little more common these days, but still, he's a strikeout per inning type of guy.
Well, I hear you about the strikeouts. A lot more guys striking out today, but when you consider having the ability to get that strikeout, particularly when you need it, a man on third, less than 2 outs, situations where, yeah, maybe you're not a real high strikeout guy, but just knowing you have the swing and miss stuff in a big spot, I think it's real critical, and he's got it.
TJ Friedl, the leadoff batter, as he swings through it for strike one. Check swing, went around, and the count is 0-2. And downstairs. Next pitch misses outside, and that's ball 2. Righty to the plate. In the dirt, and that's ball 3. And he walked him.
That's a tough one to swallow right there. If you're on the mound, you're ahead in the count 0-2, and you just couldn't find a way to put him away. It's going to be frustrating if that one comes back to bite him.
Now at the plate, Matt McClain. First pitch, not close. Righty delivers. Gets the outside corner with that one. Runner at first with no outs here. Now a fly ball to right center. Sawinski under this one. Makes the grab, one down. The throw is wild and it gets away.
Batting third,
Here's David Bell's lineup for the Cincinnati Reds. It's something they've talked about needing to improve on moving forward is their ability to apply consistent pressure, Chris. Right now, it's not a club that gets on base enough.
And sometimes, Boog, you just need a guy to go up there and grind out an at-bat, maybe have 11, 12 pitches, and all of a sudden, guys get fired up in the dugout, and they want to do the same thing, and before you know it, you start to get base runners on and you get a big hit, and all of a sudden you ride that wave for a few days and go on a winning streak. That's something they definitely could use.
batting fourth, the third baseman, number 7, Spencer.
And now Spencer Steer. First offering, and it just misses. Two outs. That one misses. 2-0. And he deals to third. Tosses across the first, and that's the third out. Reds leave one, and now the Pirates will take their turn in a scoreless ball game. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. Back here in Pittsburgh, today's starting pitcher, Luke Weaver. And Chris, he's a guy that gets better when things get tough.
Well, he's been a very dependable starter for his club, and what stands out for me is that left-handed hitters have really struggled batting below 200 against him, and it just tells me they have a hard time tracking the baseball. Maybe it's the release point, maybe it's the motion, but just some way, somehow, they've got to figure out a way to pick it up and try to have some success from the left side.
Alfonso Rivas, the next to hit, takes outside. And now 2-0. There's a strike. And it's even up.
2-2.
And a pitch. Wouldn't chase that time. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
This guy will throw any pitch at any count. 3-2. He goes off speed, gets the out.
Ryan Reynolds here. And that is in for a strike. 0-1. And a pitch. Called strike right there.
Quickly into an 0-2 count. Both pitches were down in the zone. I think you set your sights a little bit higher because you'll have a tendency to chase if you look down in that area.
The pitch. Swing and a miss. Had him out front for the strikeout.
Well, anytime you can punch out the top two guys in a lineup to start an inning, you got to be feeling pretty good out there on the mound, because when you think of just having a distraction, table setters on the base paths, and all of a sudden you're dealing with the #3 hitter, any distraction can cause you to serve up a cookie, and instead of it being a solo shot, it's a 2 or 3 run homer.
And the 1-0. Now one missed.
Looks really sharp at the start of this one. This is how it's going to be today. It's going to be a tough one for this lineup.
The 2-0 is in for a strike. And the pitch. And fires in a fastball at 95. And the 2-2. Got him. Strikes out the side to begin the game. What a start. And 1, 2, 3 go the Pirates. Scoreless after 1. All set for the start of the inning. And now here's the veteran DH, Joey Votto.
Joey Votto.
Jackson back to work. Fouled off to the right. Here's your 1. There's a swing and a drive. Back there. And that one is gone. Joey Votto bops one out of here. His 14th of the year. It's 1-0.
When a guy's got a real hard fastball, you can't overswing. All you've got to do is get the bat head to the spot. If you do, he supplies the power, and you'll get to jog around the bases like he did right there.
Stepping in, number 33. That hits the dirt, and it's 1-0.
Well, you just got to delete it. You give up that leadoff home run, go back to work, focus on this next batter.
The wind of the pitch. Fouled back our way, and that's out of play. The wind of the pitch. And now 2-1 after that missed inside. And that's outside.
1 strike.
The pitch. Downstairs, and it misses, ball 4.
Well, he tried to nibble right there and just missed his spot. Hitter didn't offer at it. Now he has somebody to worry about over at first.
In now for the Reds, number 31. Off the plate, ball 1.
1-0.
Pulls that one foul. And the righty deals. Swing and a miss. 1 and 2.
Do that fastball right by him, slightly elevated. That's a confidence boost for this guy out there on the mound. See if he continues to climb the ladder.
This one in the dirt. Nice job behind the plate there. Next offering is downstairs. Nobody out. Runner at first. looking for the K.
Frustrating end to the at-bat for the hitter, and I'm sure that's going to sit on him for a little while. You want to be ready to hit the fastball. Sometimes you can overthink things, and I think that was the case right there.
And now it's going to be Will Benson. Rips that one center field. Sawinski makes the grab. Out number 2.
The catcher,
Here's Luke Maile. First offering misses badly for ball 1. And it's fouled away. Here comes a pitch. And that one almost got him. Yeah, the 2-1 hammered but foul. Pickoff move to first, and he's back in there. Two now. Stays alive. The pitch. And that one upstairs.
Great RBI spot here. Just got to stay focused on the pitch. The runner will be in motion, so something in the gap should definitely score it.
And there's ball 4.
So close to getting out of it right there, but this inning still has life.
Yeah, the batter now, TJ Friedel. Worked a walk in his first trip to the plate. Lined, and that's a base hit. 1 run is in. Maile headed for the plate. He'll score. 2 runs are in, and they're up by 3.
Just so sound in his mechanics. Hits against a firm front side, and the hands just continue to carry through the middle of the field.
Matt McClain now at the plate. Hit it well, but flied out to the deepest part of the outfield his first time. In there, and it's 0-1. The pitch. Bounced up the middle. And he beats it. He's safe.
Well, from the time you're a little leaguer, you're taught to hustle out of the box and give it a full sprint through the base, regardless of how you hit it. And he didn't make great contact, but the effort was there, and he earns the base hit.
Ellie De La Cruz, the next to hit for the Reds. Check swing, but he went too far. It's 0-1. Runners on first and third, 2 away. Check swing, went around. 0-2. Ball 1 there. And a swing and a miss, and that's that. But 3 score in the inning, 2 of them on this 2-run double. It's now 3-0. You're dialed into the show.
Breaking down the young and what I owed them. Trying to fit into an aura that I'm molded.
Bottom of the inning, at the plate for Pittsburgh, Jack Sawinski.
The center fielder.
Well, after putting up a nice inning on offense, got some runs across, this is where you look for the starter to go out there, have a shutdown inning. Don't give that other team any hope. You just hope that he can get through this inning, get the bats back up there while they're hot. A 3-0 lead is great, but you can't get too comfortable. Got to stay aggressive, keep attacking hitters, try to cruise through this ball game.
And ball 1. Woody Keller making the calls behind home for us today.
And Boog, something to keep an eye on is how pitchers utilize the top part of the strike zone. We see a lot more of that in today's game with guys going up there with hard stuff. Keller, definitely an umpire that isn't afraid to call strikes up in that part of the strike zone.
In the air, left side. Makes the catch, and there's one gone. How much were you aware of the umpire scouting report, or even who was going to be umpiring?
Not a whole lot. I mean, there were a couple of umpires that weren't real good, but outside of that, you just kind of went into the game, especially back when I was playing.
Henry Davis, batting with 1 down, takes a strike. Next pitch in the dirt, and that is ball 1. That one catches the corner for a strike. One down, base is empty. That one just misses. The punch out there, 2 away.
Yeah, there's no doubt, Boog. Electric stuff from the jump. I mean, there's just no messing around right now. It's still very early, but we could see a pretty impressive outing here if the strikeouts keep coming in the way they are. One thing you have to be aware of, though, is a high strikeout rate might impact the pitch count as the innings roll on.
And it finds its way through for a hit. And that keeps the inning going.
Waste no time there. Challenged him with a fastball right in the heart of the zone, and he was clearly ready to jump all over it.
Man at first, to the plate down for Pittsburgh is the DH, Liover Peguero. Good power, not great in the OBP department. Pitch misses there, and that's ball 1. Kicks and fires.
Ball.
Rodriguez off of first with 2 away. Ripped to third, but handled, and that'll end the inning. Pirates leave 1. They trail in this one 3-0. On to the 3rd inning, and here is Spencer Steer.
Number 7.
It's been a rough start on the mound for this guy. His 3rd inning, so important for him to get on track, turn the page, settle in, do all those things you need to do to give your team a little bit of length in this one.
And that's down and away.
Well, these Reds doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way, and I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of them. They've worked 3 walks already, so that proves they're not anxious up there. They're sticking to their game plan, and it's working.
And that one is lifted in the air. Davis hauls it in, and there's 1 away.
The batter, The designated hitter, Joey.
And the batter now is Joey Votto. He's already homered in this one. Votto measures 6 feet 2 inches, 220 pounds, and he's usually a first baseman, but today he's the designated hitter. And a good fastball to start him off. That's strike one.
Some people say that first basemen kind of have the day off regularly because they don't run around a whole lot. But when you think about it, they are involved in just about every single play, and there's a lot of stress that gets put on their legs. So a well-deserved day at the DH spot for him.
Next offering is outside. Next pitch is outside.
3-1.
And that's ball 4.
They just keep handing out gifts, Boo. Were we supposed to bring something?
See, I think just our presence is the present. Runner on at first with 1 gone. And now number 33. Swing and a miss. Slider right there.
Well, there's a certain point where you have to commit to what you think you see, and he guessed wrong right there. Nasty slider with just terrific bite at the end.
Swing and a miss. That's strike 2.
Sometimes being lucky is a swing and miss. If he makes contact with that pitch, probably hits into a double play.
And the right-hander deals. And there's a ball.
1-2.
Right-hander kicks, deals. Got him. 2 gone. And ready to hit now for Cincinnati. Number 31. Ripped to third, but handled, and that'll end the inning. So 1 left for Cincinnati, but they're on top by a count of 3-0. Welcome back. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And now the rookie second baseman, number 19. Weaver back to work. Swing and a miss. And it's 0-1.
I think he was sitting off speed there.
And that's outside. The 1-1.
Ball, no.
A rope into right, and that's a base hit. Makes the turn and heads for second. And he starts the bottom of the third with a double.
Well, a swing like that can help you come out of the struggle. We saw the numbers coming into the ball game, but all he's trying to do at this point is help his team win.
Next up, it's the first-year shortstop, Alika Williams. That one hit to right. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And there's 1 down.
The first baseman, number 6.
So the lineup flips over. So next to the plate for Pittsburgh, Alfonso Rivas. 0 for 1. He struck out swinging last time. Flips the corner. That's strike 1.
Well, the key to his success is getting ahead early in the count. He cannot afford to go deep in the counts. Doesn't have a ton of swing and miss stuff, so he's going to have to work efficiently.
Ball.
Next pitch misses. 1-1. The 1-1 is fouled off. One out and a runner at second. On the ground right side. Slings to first, and he's out.
The left fielder, number 10,
Brian Reynolds, the next Pirate to hit. He was a strikeout victim his first time.
And this is a big opportunity for him to pick up his teammate right here.
That one's in there, 0-1. And here it comes. And that one hammered. That's back there. One run is in, and it hits the fence. The tag, and that's out number 3, inning over. So they get 1 run on 2 base hits. No errors and no one left on. On to inning number 4. It's the Reds 3 and the Pirates 1. And welcome back. John Sciambi with Chris Singleton, and set to lead off the 4th, Will Benson. The right-hander back to work. Check swing. Went around. 0-1. Swings through that one for strike 2.
Ooh, Baya. You got to remember to take the donut off the bat, partner.
Kicks and deals. That's hard hit on the line. He can't get there. That should be extra bases. And he's got a double.
Really nice job of 2-strike hitting in that at bat. A well-deserved double on a great swing. Got everything going on time. He stayed balanced and he squared it up about as well as you could possibly ask.
Here's the Reds catcher, Luke Maile. A walk and a run scored his first time. Hammer, base hit. Benson rounds third, headed for the plate. The tag, and he's safe.
What an aggressive secondary lead. That ball was smoked to left. To be able to score from second, not only great speed, but great instinct as well.
So back to the top of the Reds lineup. Now here's the Reds leadoff man, T.J. Friedl.
Really good piece of hitting last time, going to the opposite field.
Runner on the go. And a foul ball. Maile gets his lead at first. Nobody out. That one pushed foul, out of play off to the left. And the 0-2. Good eye right there. The 1-2. Gets a piece and stays alive. This one popped up. McCutchen after it. Reaching for it and brings it in.
The batter, number 9, second baseman, Matt McLean.
So up next, Matt McLean, 1 for 2. Ball one low. Way high.
2-0.
Swing, and that one hammered down the line. If it's fair, it's gone, and that is out of here. A 2-run homer, and they add a couple more. It's 6-1.
Can be pretty dangerous when you fall behind in the count 2-0. You've still got to try to find a way to keep that hitter off balance. Well, he wasn't able to do it there. The hitter did a nice job of turning that pitch around, not missing it in a hitter's count.
New arm out of the bullpen, Angel Perdomo.
Well, they need someone to stop the bleed and keep the score right where it is. Seems like a tough task today with the way this lineup is swinging it.
Ocupas habilidad mental, más fuerza de voluntad, ser autosuficiente, independiente como mis strokes.
Ellie De La Cruz, the next to hit for the Reds. Strike one.
Part of the order coming through now, and with one home run already in this inning, they're definitely looking to do some more damage.
Lifted in the air, right field. Davis makes the grab, 2 down.
Now batting, third baseman.
2 outs, base is empty. Spencer Steer, the next to hit for the Reds. First pitch doesn't find the zone.
1 ball, no strike.
Good eye right there. The pitch. That one is upstairs. And a 4-pitch walk.
One of the things about that 2-out walk, the base runner over at first base is going to have a very aggressive secondary lead. So a ball down the line or into the gap will produce a 2-out RBI, and those are the best. That is, if you are the offensive side of it.
Votto in the box with 2 gone, and takes a look at a called strike. Left-hand hitter waits. And there's a breaking ball that drops in there.
Perhaps not quite ready to hit. First 2 pitches by him for a couple of strikes. Now back is against the wall. He's going to have to figure something out and figure it out quickly.
And now the lefty gets a piece there. We'll do it again.
Really great change of speeds. He goes off the off speed to the fastball, and the hitter doesn't know what's coming next.
Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout. But they strike for 3 in the inning. 2 on this 2-run home run. And this is now a 6-1 ball game.
Come and get it. Come and get it. What you waiting for?
Vroom, vroom, I'm flying high with the vulture.
Bottom of the 4th, and stepping in is the speedy Andrew McCutcheon. He's someone that you might not describe as having elite level speed, but he can absolutely move, and it is a factor in his game. And he deals. Not even close there. And that's ball 1.
Well, this guy's definitely a plus runner, but what I love about him is that he goes all out every single time, never takes a break. It's guys like that, even though they don't have the elite speed, the fact that they're consistent with it, They make moves on the base paths.
Next offering is in for a strike. The 1-1 is fouled off. And now it's 1-2. Swing and a line drive, base hit out into center field. Off to a good start with a leadoff knock.
Now batting.
That's about as textbook as it gets. Got his stride low, out of the way early, stayed inside that ball and squared it up out front. Man, that was like he was in the cage hitting off a tee.
And next will be the cleanup hitter, Jack Sawinski. 0 for 1 with a flyout. Drilled out towards left center field. That's well struck. This one's got a chance. And that one is out of here. So he blasts one out the other way. His 22nd homer of the year, and they close the gap. It's 6-3.
Got in the jet stream on a line drive. We saw the numbers on the backs of the jerseys of the outfielders, which is usually bad news, and all of a sudden they're back in this ball game.
Henry Davis, the next Pirate to hit.
Kind of a throwback. No batting gloves.
First pitch just misses.
Can be tough to bounce back after a big home run, but nobody on, nobody out. You just have to treat it as a fresh inning.
The 1-0. He swings and fouls one off. Righty delivers. Swinging a foul over the screen and back out of play.
You know, these Pirates showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. It's not just the 3 runs they've already scored. On top of that, they forced this starter to throw more pitches than he wanted to at this point of the game.
He dives but can't hang on. That's a base hit.
He went up there and got it. With 2 strikes, I'm not going to leave this in the umpire's hands. I'm going to be aggressive. It was in a location where he could get those arms extended that he loves to do. So nice job right there, coming back in that at bat.
And now the catcher comes up to him, Andy Rodriguez. That misses. 1-0.
And that pitch count is impactful because if they can keep making him work hard out there, it may force the bullpen to get involved a little sooner rather than later.
That's in there, and it's 1-1. That clips a corner. Now this is in the air down the line. Benson makes the catch, and there's one down.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Lee Over.
Digging in, Leover Peguero. Liner caught at second.
That ball was ticketed for right center field all the way, but not so fast, the second baseman says. Leaps up into the air and brings it down. Some nice hang time as well when he was up there.
Here's the second baseman, number 19. Doubled in his first AB. Pitch misses inside. Ball 1. Just missed.
Looks like he's being a little cautious with him in this at bat after doubling the first time up. Doesn't want to make another mistake.
Up the middle, and it gets by him.
Wasting no time. He's 2 for 2 now on the night, and just a triple and home run away from the cycle.
Seriously, we're starting with this already. Alika Williams, the next Pirate to hit. That one laced to center and a base hit. Davis coming home. Here's the throw to the plate. Run comes in from second, and it's now a 2-run game.
Well done. Drives in the run. First pitch fastball, a great spot to do some damage, and he squared it up nicely.
So the Pirates batting order turns over, and here's the first baseman, Alfonso Rivas. Late swing, foul to the left. They say you win.
0-2.
The 0-2. Battling here as he fouls it away. 2 outs. A couple of base runners at first and second. Got him. Good job at damage control right there. So they get 3 runs on 5 hits. No errors, but 2 are left stranded. On to the top of the 5th we go. It's the Reds 6 and the Buccos 4.
And this is more than you ever know. We here for winning and the feeling is incredible. All we do is take it to the ceiling when we set it off and open up the book, and we'll be grinning in the centerfold. Oh, champion, run it up top.
We go to the top of the 5th. In now for the Reds, number 33. The wind and the pitch. That one missed.
Well, these Reds really impressing me with the quality of their at-bats in this one. It's been fun getting a chance to see them go to work. It looked to me like they really wanted to get to the starter early, get him out of the game before he settles in. So I'd say mission accomplished.
Next one is off the plate. Now 2-0. Now a high fly ball out to left center. Sawinski under it. And it's caught for the out.
Now batting, the right fielder, Henry.
Next for Cincinnati, number 31. A switch hitter batting right. First pitch, and that's in for a strike.
No ball. 1 strike.
That's a strike across the top of the zone.
Love how vocal the umpire is today. No doubt in the hitter's mind, catcher's mind, and even the pitcher's mind as to the conviction in the call.
Next one misses. 1-2 to count.
It's a good take.
2 strikes.
And a ball evens the count. And now the count filled up 3-2. The 3-2 is off the outside edge, and that is ball 4.
Well, a breaking ball in that 3-2 count kind of tells you that that's the pitch he has the most confidence in right now. Just couldn't find the strike zone.
Will Benson, the next to hit for the Reds. Swinging a foul straight back.
This guy absolutely flies. The defense wants to turn too, but they've got to get a ball they can do it with. Make sure you get the first out before you try to rush and get two and end up with nothing.
And a pitch. And that's ripped into left. Base hit. Quick throw back in. Lead runner holds at second with one gone.
Man, those are the types of hits where you don't feel any vibration in your hands whatsoever. Such a good feeling. Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly.
First and second, one out. Luke Mailey, the next to hit for the Reds. And that's in for a strike.
Well, all eyes on the double play ball in this spot. No better way to get out of this inning.
One out. Runners at first and second. Popped up. And there's two away.
Yeah, that was a wasted RBI opportunity, but competitor like him, he is looking forward to making up for it in his next at bat.
So the batting order turns over. Here's the center fielder, TJ Friedl.
He's been such a good hitter with runners in scoring position. Some guys just take it to another level. For him right now at the plate, it's like everyone else is in slow motion and he's in full speed.
That pitch in for a strike. 0-1.
0-1.
First and second, two down. In the air, left field. He's got it, and that'll end the inning. No runs, a hit, two left. Home half of the fifth coming up. It's the Reds 6 and the Buccos 4. We head to the bottom of the fifth. At the plate for Pittsburgh, Brian Reynolds. And a pitch. And first offering is fouled off.
You know, these Pirates, digging into their numbers, have to be happy with the swings they're taking. Just look at how the ball's coming off their bats, and tell me it's fun playing defense at this level. They've got 7 hits at 90+ miles per hour exit velocity, so you got to look alive out there.
Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit.
Well, that certainly feels good when you can win the at-bat after being down in the count. Up against it with 2 strikes right there. Got a change up and a pretty good one, too. Outside corner, but he just got extended and put the barrel on it. Showed he has a lot of plate coverage on that swing right there.
And now it's Andrew McCutchen.
He was the big part of the field last time. Nice liner to center.
In there for strike one. The pitch. And it's strike 2.
No ball. 2 strikes.
Oh, 0-2 now. Ground ball left side, could be 2. He beats it out, and it's first and second on the infield single.
Now batting, center fielder.
First and second, no outs. Jack Sawinski, the next Pirate to hit. He's already homered in this game. Misses off the plate. And that is ball 1. Activity in the bullpen for the Reds. Alex Young loosening up for manager David Bell. Law, the right-hander, loosening up as well. The 1-0. That one fouled off.
Just missed. If he's able to connect on that, look out.
And a 1-1. They say you win.
1-2.
And a pitch. Little trouble with this one behind the plate. Throw, safe! And both runners move up on the wild pitch.
Well, Boog, it's already been a tough start to this inning as it is, and that wild pitch is going to make things even tougher. 2 men in the scoring position now, still with nobody out. So this really becomes a strikeout situation on the mound.
Here's a 2-2. Good job to fight that one off. Here's a 2-2. Hard ground ball, base 9. One run across, got a long throw home. Not in time. He's safe as they score a pair on the play. A perfect example right there. That plate discipline, it pays off.
The deeper he gets into a count, the more comfortable he becomes, and he usually wins the battle.
So a lefty out of the pen, Alex Young.
Still pretty early in the ball game, so this bullpen has some work ahead of him. Best case scenario might be if he can come in here and get several quick outs, kind of bridge the gap that starter left for him.
Henry Davis, the next Pirate to hit.
Beautiful swing in his last at bat, opposite field knock.
Swings and misses. It's 0-1. Snap throw to first. Sawinski dives back in safely. Here comes the 0-1. Fouled off left side.
With 2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, trying to stay out of a double play here.
The next offering misses. Now 1-2. Sawinski on at first, nobody out. Hammered on the line, base hit. Lead runner touches second, headed for third. And now runners at the corners, nobody out.
Good 2-strike hitting right there, Boog. A bit of a lost start for some, so that was nicely done to beat the odds. That pretty much split the zone down the middle, and those are the ones where you got to make them pay. A chance now to take the lead, and at this point in the game, that could be a deciding run.
So runners at the corners, nobody out. Andy Rodriguez, the next Pirate to hit. They say you win.
0-1.
Lefty out of the stretch, runners at first and third. Ball 1 there. One now. Base hit right field. Runner from third in to score. Back to a 1-run game. It's 7-6.
Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there.
Now here is Liover Peguero. First offering misses the mark.
1-0.
First and second here, no outs. Next offering is down low. And now 2-0.
Could be some action here on this next pitch. Couple runners on. Probably a challenge pitch coming.
2-0 to count. Here it comes. Little chopper rolls foul. Here's the pitch. Both runners on the move. And there's a rocket into the outfield. The run comes in from second. It's 8-6.
Comes through with the RBI. Good extension on that swing. Took the pitch on the outside part of the plate and drove it up the middle. He let it travel just enough.
Now it's the second baseman, number 19. Step off, throw to first. Aguero gets back easily. Another move to first. And he's back in that time as well. Pitch misses. Ball one.
Come on, big opportunity, guys.
At the belt and fires. And another ball.
He's getting a little frustrated out there on the mound, getting hit around a little bit. Let's see if he can settle himself down.
Good hitters count the 2-0. He swings and drives one out to deep left field. That's back. And it's gone. He got just enough of that one. His second of the year. And they throw 3 on the board. It's 11-6. Singy, the ball is jumping off his bat.
Yes, it is. Tons of loud contact. Man, it's been impressive. That was one of those home runs where you really don't know if he got enough of it off the bat. I mean, he put a good swing on it clearly, but I wouldn't say he really got the sweet spot on the bat. The exit velo wasn't anything too impressive, but it had all it needed for him to circle the pillows.
Derek Law into the game.
And with the big deficit on the scoreboard, he almost has to just put that out of his mind. Every outing matters for relievers and their numbers, but I think it's tough to get up for this type of appearance the same way you would for one in a close game.
Alika Williams, the next Pirate to hit. And there's the strike. The wind of the pitch.
Ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike.
So now 1-2. Got him looking. And 1 out now. Alfonso Rivas, the next Pirate to hit. Ball 1, no strikes. Still only 1 out here in the inning. The next pitch misses.
Outside.
And that's ball 2. Out to short. De La Cruz fires across the diamond. Now 2 away.
The left fielder, number 10,
Brian Reynolds, the next Pirate to hit. You Inside corner, and that's called a strike.
Really good cutter that he's able to front door and back door. That pitch is devastating.
Next offering misses, and the count even 1-1. Righty to the plate. On the corner for a strike.
1-2.
Lifted in the air, right center field. Number 31 settles under it. Makes the grab, and that's the inning. The final damage here, they bat around. 10 come to the plate, 7 runs on the board. We're through 5. It's the Pirates 11 and the Reds 6. Back here at the ballpark, top 6. And now, Matt McLean. The big lefty turns, kicks, deals. On the ground to third, McCutchen. Throw to first is in time. Leadoff man retired in the 6th.
Now batting, the shortstop, Ellie De La Cruz.
Ellie De La Cruz, the next to hit for the Reds. Sing, you talk about a guy that has all the skills. The range is really good, but the arm just stands out, and he makes all the plays. Pitch is in there. That's strike 1.
And because of that big power arm, he's able to play a little bit deeper, make throws from the outfield grass all the way across the diamond, and still get a pretty good runner. That's impressive.
On the ground. He decides to hold on to it. He's in safely, and now there's a runner at first.
The third baseman, number 7, Spencer Steer.
Spencer Steer, the next to hit. And downstairs.
Let's turn the 5-4-3 here.
The lefty, the 1-0. And a foul ball. De La Cruz over at first with 1 away. Swing and a base hit. And that rolls into the corner. McCutchen with a relay home, and he's in there as a run scores.
2 consecutive base hits for these guys here. They really turned on that one, and as it hooked down the line, it was hard to tell if it would stay fair, but it just barely sneaked in there. Could be a chance here for them to start clawing back into this ball game.
And now the DH, Joey Votto. He's already homered here in this one. And first offering is fouled off. Runner leads away at second. Line to right, and that'll be a base hit. Stop sign goes up at third. Runners at the corners with 1 out.
Stringing them together, that's 3 hits in a row. Just a solid swing right there. Caught it out front and ripped it into the outfield for the base hit. Those always feel great.
2 on with 1 out, and ready to hit now for Cincinnati. Number 33. First offering, and it just misses.
Well, he's just given up 3 straight hits, and now behind in this count to this hitter. Might be a good time for somebody to call a timeout. Maybe the pitching coach go out there and talk to him just a little bit.
And he takes a strike. Next offering misses down and away. Runners are at the corners, one away. And that is cut on and missed. And it's 2-2.
Well, in this situation with a runner on first, less than 2 outs, some say, hey, get the ground ball double play with 2 strikes. Some people say get the strikeout. I think you just execute your pitch, make the best pitch you possibly can, and let the result be whatever it's going to be.
Hit weakly on the ground. On the run, sends it over to first. There for the out. Runner scores from third.
Now batting, the right fielder, Henry.
In now for the Reds, number 31. First pitch doesn't find the zone. Activity in the bullpen. Ryan Barucki appears to be getting loose. Hatch, the right-hander, also getting loose. Runner at second, 2 down. Out in front and foul to the left side. That catches the top part of the zone. 1-2. In the air out towards right center. Davis makes the catch, and that'll do it. They get 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 1 left. Heart of the order, 3, 4, 5 coming up. It's the Pirates 11 and the Reds 8. Back here at PNC Park, here's Andrew McCutchen to hit.
The third baseman, Andrew.
Long back to work. And first offering is fouled off. And the pitch. And that one clips the corner. And that skips in the dirt. The 1-2. Outside. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. And the righty deals. Still 2-2 after the foul ball. Right-handed reliever. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
That cutter right there had just enough movement on it to get the swing and miss. It wasn't a great location by any means. That's typically a spot that hitters can handle. So I'd say he fooled him with just enough of that late action.
Up the middle. Fires to first on the run. 2 up, 2 down.
Now batting, right fielder.
Up next for the Pirates, Henry Davis.
Showed a really nice opposite field approach in his last at bat.
Ball 1 on a pitch inside. Check swing, but he went too far. And a count 1-1. The 1-1 is fouled off. a foul ball. He stays alive. The 1-2. And a base hit into right center field. Around first and hustling for second. It's a double, and he's 3 for 4 tonight.
Having himself a really nice game at the plate. When you connect and it jumps off your bat like that, you're thinking double at the very least. Put a great swing on it, and man, he wasn't fooled at all.
And here's the catcher, Andy Rodriguez.
RBI knock for him last time. Now a chance to drive in another run.
And the first pitch misses for ball 1. Davis at second with 2 down. Here's a 1-1. Fought off foul. Swing and a ball lifted to center field, and that'll fall for a base hit. The run comes in to score from second. It's 12-8.
Back against the wall with 2 strikes, but found a way. High fastball, even a little above the zone, but such a good job of staying tall on the backside, get that barrel there to meet it just in time. I'll tell you what, it's not easy to do.
To the plate now for Pittsburgh is the DH, Liover Peguero, 1 for 3. And that's in there for strike 1. Peguero, 22 years old, and he was born in the Dominican Republic. The pitch.
Ball. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Just a slow ground ball this time. De La Cruz whips it to first on the run. And that ends the inning. So they pick up a run on 2 hits, no errors, and a man left. We're through 6 full. It's the Pirates 12 and the Reds 8. Back here in Pittsburgh, we go to the top of the 7th. Here's the left fielder, Will Benson. The Reds in striking distance, but have some work to do.
Boog, it starts with the leadoff man. Need a good at bat out of him right here.
Fastball in for a strike, and it's 0-1. Tried to hold up on the 0-2. Now a look down to third, and he held up. Left-hand batter waits. And that misses off the outside edge.
Well, on paper, it's favorable to have a fairly quick inning here with 2 of the 3 hitters he's set to face batting from the left side. Same side he throws from.
The wind to kick the pitch. Bounce to the right. Oh, look at the stop. Gathers and throws. It's there, and that's a great play.
Now batting.
I wasn't sure if he was going to get to this one or not. Had to go a pretty good way there in the shallow right field. But then after that, it's a tough angle after you square up your shoulders to throw to first base. Not the normal position, but a really good job defensively right there.
Here's the Reds catcher, Luke Maile. First pitch, and he just misses. Kicks and fires.
No, that's a ball.
This one chopped on the ground, but foul. And here it comes. And now 2-2. Got him looking. That's a strikeout.
Wow, that's a tough call for the hitter, but the pitcher will take that all day long. Not quite in the strike zone, but he found a spot that the umpire is going to, at least for now, allow him to get that call. So hitters are going to have to make an adjustment, but pitchers are going to learn from those things and really try to exploit them if they can.
Next to hit, TJ Friedl. Up and in, and that's ball one. There's a strike. Way high there. 2 balls and a strike. Lined into right. Lays out and makes the play.
One of the most fun and exciting things you can do as an outfielder, you lay out, you make a diving catch, and you end the inning. That gets the boys fired up in the dugout.
Pitching change here, Lucas Sims.
And he's been really shutting down hitters from the right side of the plate this year. Not a lot of hard contact, not a lot of hits, period.
At the plate for Pittsburgh, number 19.
And it may be a long shot, but a triple here will give him the cycle.
The pitch. That one out to right. Number 31 moving under this one. He's there. He's got it. And there's one down.
Almost a loud start to the inning on that first pitch. Man, he's going to want that one back, no doubt.
Now it's the shortstop, Alika Williams. Strike one.
No ball. 1 strike.
Right-hander kick steals. Pitch in the dirt, and it's 1-1. Movement in the bullpen. Ian Gibaut is loosening up. This would be his first appearance for the club. Flares it into the outfield. Nice grab.
Hey, man, 4 pitches, 2 outs. That is an excellent pace.
Up next to the Pirates, the first baseman,
Alfonso Rivas, the next Pirate to hit. Off the mark there. 1-0.
1 ball. No strike.
This one ripped, but foul to the right. Line drive, base hit. Now he'll turn for second. The throw in. But he's in there easily.
Got a pretty ugly offer going into this game up until that at bat, so a little sigh of relief there. Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws.
So digging in, Brian Reynolds. First offering misses the mark. And that one is inside.
2-0 to count.
2 outs and 1 in scoring position. That one ripped left field. That's back there. And that one's gone. Ryan Reynolds leaves the yard. His 18th home run of the season, and they throw a pair on the board. It's 14-8. That's their 3rd home run of the game.
They're having a lot of fun at the plate in this one. They've got the long ball working for them on autopilot. There was a fastball down the middle. I don't think the hitter recognized the pitch, but once he did, was quick enough to get it in play with some authority. He got that up and out of here.
So 2 away with nobody on. Here's the third baseman, Andrew McCutchen. Right through there for a strike. The 0-1. That one hammered left field. That's back there. And it hops over the wall for an automatic double.
That ball exploded off his bat and off the warning track as well as it bounced over the fence. And it sounded really good, too. He just put together a really nice swing and just missed a home run.
Man at second here with 2 away. Jack Sawinski digs in now. That one's in there, 0-1.
0-1.
And the pitch is outside, ball 1. That misses. Now 2 balls and a strike. McCutchen stands at second with 2 gone. And there's a ball.
First pitch strike from the pitcher, but then no panic at all by the hitter. Very patient, showing good discipline. Now he's in the driver's seat with the 3-1 count.
3-1, and he couldn't come up with it.
His ability to draw walks has been something that's been part of his career since day one.
Ian Gibaut gets the ball now.
And we all know about his slider. It's just filthy, man. And one of the better ones in the game, I'd say. Spin rate's very high, and it just breaks a ton.
So first and second with 2 outs. Henry Davis, the next Pirate to hit.
No matter what, you're playing this kind of rival, take your game to another level.
Line drive, base hit right field. They're waving McCutchen home. Throw into third, pulls into third safely. And a run comes in to score. And he's got a double, his 4th hit. And now the switch hitting catcher, Andy Rodriguez. First pitch doesn't find the zone. Second and third, 2 down. Next offering is in for a strike. And a changeup clips the zone for a strike. The 1-2. That one ripped. Out of here. The Rockets 1 to right. 3rd home run of the season. And they tack on 3. It's 18-8. That's their 4th home run of the game.
They can't stop, and they won't stop hitting home runs in this one, Boog. They're clearly feeding off of each other at the dip. A good hitter gets pitch recognition early. He saw exactly where that was going to be. The challenge, not get over anxious and come out of your swing. He stayed on it and got all of it.
So 2 down, Liover Peguero, the next Pirate to hit. That misses, and that's ball 1. Plenty of offense in this one, Singy. I guess you'd say kind of what we expected, though.
Well, this was a game, looking at the pitching matchup, where you expected offense to score, and not as lopsided as this. But, yeah, you definitely expected to see some offense coming up.
The 1-1 is fouled off. That one ran inside, almost got him. Way outside, and it's 3-2. Two down, nobody on. Stays alive. Foul ball, and it remains a full count. In the air, right field. Number 31 drops steps, heads back on it. Makes the grab. That is the inning. But the long ball was working in this inning. Not once, but twice. 8th inning coming up. It's Major League Baseball on the show. Ready to begin the 8th and ready to hit now for Cincinnati. Matt McClain. Here comes a pitch. There's a strike.
Some guys are just more confident they can track that first pitch out of the hand of the pitcher. They don't care if they fall behind 0-1.
And now the 0-1. That's a little bit low. Up the middle, and that one handled. On to first. Out. 1 up, 1 down.
Now batting, shortstop, Ellie De La Cruz.
So up next, Ellie De La Cruz. There's the strike up high. 0-1. Action in the pen down there. Quinn Priester appears to be getting ready, and I'm sure he's feeling some nerves. This would be his major league debut. And that one fouled off. Next one just misses. Now 1-2.
Caught a break right there. Pretty good pitch on the outside corner.
Next one is off the plate. Now 2-2. Now this one's crushed down the line. Hooking. Foul ball. Next offering upstairs. Struck him out looking.
Well, it's just a great job of playing catch with the catcher. Exactly where the catcher set up is where he threw that pitch, and probably fooled the umpire a little bit because there was no budge at all.
2 outs, base is empty. Spencer Steer getting ready to hit. That's off the mark, and it's 1-0. The wind of the pitch. So 2 balls and no strikes.
2 balls, no strikes.
Misses with the 2-0, and he's fired 3 straight outside the strike zone. In for a strike, now 3-1.
3 balls, 1 strike.
And he walked
That's a
him.
ball. Take your base.
Second walk of the game for him, and he's been really patient at the plate. A game plan that he's sticking to. He's just not going outside of what he's looking for up there.
So man aboard. Joey Votto will hit next. First pitch, and that's in for a strike. Two outs.
1-1.
And that one sliced foul. Steer leads off first with 2 down to the inning. In the air to left down the line. Reynolds gets under it. Brings it in for the 3rd out. This one pretty well decided at this point. Home half of inning number 8 straight ahead. Buccos out in front 18-8. On to the bottom of the 8th at the plate for Pittsburgh, number 19.
The second baseman.
Oh, yeah, Boog. He's on the brink of one of your favorite milestones. He's completed 3 legs of the cycle.
I love me some cycle. And first offering is fouled off. There's the strike. In the air, left field. Hauls it in, and there's one away.
Just pulled off of it a little bit right there. That front shoulder coming open instead of staying closed. If he does that, he's going to be able to go up the middle the other way with some authority instead of a fly out to left.
Williams in the box now. No balls and a strike. And now it's even up. The pitch. Top of the zone, and it's called a strike. Fights it off. He'll see another. One-two now. Slow roller to third. Zips it across. 2 up, 2 down.
Deceptive slider right there. Stayed in the tunnel a long time. Got that hitter out front. Rolled over it. Put it on the ground.
And now the first baseman, Alfonso Rivas. In there for strike 1. Out towards right center field. Number 31 sizing this one up. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And that is that. All set to start the ninth in this one. And here is number 33. Perdomo back to work. That one hammered but pulled foul. Yoan started to swing, held up.
Nice job to keep the hands back on that one. Out in front just a little bit.
High fly ball right field. Davis has this one sized up. Makes the grab, one away.
The right fielder, number 31.
Digging in is the switch hitting outfielder, number 31. That's off the mark. Ball one. And there's a strike on the outside corner. Check swing went around. And the count 1-2. This to third, and it goes just foul. Way inside, gets out of the way. That's foul off to the right side, keeps the AB going.
You could see he was trying to stay back long enough to handle the off-speed pitch, but just a little tardy on the fastball.
Two. Way high. Ninth pitch of the at-bat due next. Line drive, base hit.
Showed a lot of fight with two strikes in that AB. Hooked around that pitch on the outside, but he was still able to square it up pretty nicely, and that takes quick, strong wrist to pull that off.
One down. Next for Cincinnati, Will Benson. That's outside, and that's ball one. Just missed. The 2-0 is in for a strike. Kicks and deals. Pops it up as he checks his swing. Rivas puts it away. That's out number 2.
Now batting, the catcher, Luke.
So they're down to their final out. And now here is Luke Maley. Out front, rip foul. Next offering is in for a strike.
0-2.
The pitch. Just misses with that one.
That turns out to be a really good take right there, but you don't want to end this game with the bat on your shoulder.
Here's a 1-2. Fouled off the plate. They'll do it again. Well struck left field. That one's carrying. And that ball is gone. So he leaves the yard to left, and they add a pair. It's 18-10.
Looks like this guy was looking out over the plate, but he was ready to turn on the inside fastball. So direct to the pitch. Absolutely blasted out of this ballpark.
Jose Hernandez gets the call from the pen.
Big swing and miss stuff right here, Boog. Averaging more than 1 strikeout per inning this season. So far, he's been pretty electric.
So digging in, TJ Friedl.
And remember, he was absolutely robbed of a base hit last time up.
In there, and it's 0-1.
Hey, partner, how's your scorecard looking right now?
A little dicey, kind of hieroglyphics style at the moment. You know what it's like, Singy? Remember our trip to London, Yankees and Red Sox in 2019? I think there were 50 runs scored in the 2 games combined. My scorecard was ugly for that series. 0-2 now.
Yeah, pretty ridiculous. And you use like 5 different colors of pens, so like it's just a mosaic over there.
Yeah, I mean, I know you're always judging the different pens. Like, you know, I get the skinny scoring pen, and then I have the red, and then the black, and then I got a highlighter. So there is a lot going on. And now the lefty swinging a line drive and a base hit up the middle, and that extends the inning.
Back-to-back base hits. We'll often hear the phrase short to it, long through it, and that's a great example of it right there. Got the barrel in the hitting zone early, squared it up with the well-timed swing, and came away with a beautiful line drive into center field.
Matt McClain, the next to hit for the Reds. That one ripped left field. Gone! That one felt good, and they're chipping away. It's 18-12.
Well, he went up there 0-0 looking to do damage. I think he had his sights set on that pitch. He went and got it and circled the bases.
Bases empty with 2 away. Stepping in is the switch hitting shortstop, Ellie De La Cruz. High fly ball out towards left field. Back there. Gone! He sends it out of here, and they cut into the deficit. It's 18-13.
Back-to-back jacks, and this club is fired up right now, Boog. I mean, this is the kind of thing where you really start to notice hitters in a lineup feeding off each other, and the collective confidence just continues to grow.
Righty reliever out of the pen, Quinn Priester.
And you know, bullpen guys can struggle sometimes when they're called upon with big leads because it just doesn't have the same intensity as a tight game. So we'll see how sharp he is. Your mental toughness matters in situations like this as well.
So now here's the Reds cleanup hitter, Spencer Steer. That's in for a strike. The 0-1. Line drive, base hit down the line.
They are really feeding off each other. That's 5 hits in a row. He really shot that one down the right field line and somehow found a way to keep it from slicing foul. One thing that was great about the approach, his head was down all the way through the pitch, and that's how you do it.
Next is the designated hitter, Joey Votto. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. And he deals. And now 2-0 as that one missed below the knees. Bullpen action for the Pirates. Number 52, the rookie right-hander, is getting loose. Number 70 getting cranked up as well. Swung on, belted. That one's back. And out of here. A 2-run shot, home run number 15 on the year. It's 18-15.
That's exactly the pitch he was looking for. Crushes it and hits it out of the ballpark.
And here's the first baseman, number 33. Upstairs.
1 ball, no strike.
Next one is off the plate. And it's 2-0. Priester. Maybe a little less aggressive on the mound right now after that home run, Chris.
Yeah, it seems that way. You know, guys, they can come out, feel good, but then all of a sudden get touched up a little bit, and they start trying to throw instead of pitch. They're not trusting their stuff.
In for a strike, and the count is even 2-2. Well, he's been good for the most part. Is it going to take someone going out to the mound to maybe refocus him a bit?
Well, partner, every pitcher's a little different. I liken it to you. Sometimes you come in and you're not as focused, and I kind of do what it takes to get you on track, and then you have a great show. So perhaps it's the same with him. Nobody really wants their rhythm broken up, but sometimes they need a little pick-me-up.
And a swing and a miss, and that is the ball game.
Just an absolute slugfest. Not a good day to be a pitcher. There are going to be a lot of sore necks. Guys turning left, turning right, balls flying all over. Neither staff had anything working, and these offenses just kept exchanging blows.
Tons of offense in this one. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi saying so long.
Time of the ball game, 4 hours and 29 minutes. Thank you for joining us here this evening. We remind you to please drive home safely.